Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the AEW review with the Heavens Monsters podcast. I said that wrong. My brothers, I said that wrong. But see, I'm stuttering now. I still said it. So with that said, we got your boy SergDragon. We got Mike Henry.
Ready for another episode of the Heavens Monsters podcast? Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I said you're ready for another episode of the Heavens Monsters podcast? Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We got Chris Petrie. We got Andre Mitchell.
Yo.
So let's go ahead and take down this review of AEW on June 24th, 2020. We start tonight, of course, with the commentators Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Jim Rose this time around. Jim Ross. I thought I said Rose for a second there. Ross, not Rose. I missed the knee. My bad, boys. Good old JR. On commentary, team broadcast for the night. We would have kick the show off with lumberjack match, Mr. Mayhem Waldo, accompanied by MJF, with Luchasaurus, accompanied by Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy. Already knowing the fact that MJF as well as Jungle Boy have a feud, they extend that feud to their big counterparts, Excalibur, not Excalibur, I'm reading Excalibur, Waldo and Luchasaurus. In this match, it would be pretty much mayhem until finally, let's see, how did the match end? MJF distracted the referee, giving Wardlow enough time to connect with a low blow and then his F10 finisher, Luchasaurus, for the pin. F10, boys. That's twice as bad as Brock Lesnar's F5. It's an F10. The gall on this guy. Ultimately, after that, we would have Jungle Boy went to check on Luchasaurus and MJF attacked him from behind. The entire ring filled up with lumberjacks as chaos ensued. Your thoughts on that, Chris?
I wanted Luchasaurus to win, but thanks to the dirty taxes of Wolo and MJF, Wolo got to win by F10.
Your thoughts, Andre?
Yeah, it's alright so far, I guess. I don't know.
Your thoughts, Mikey?
Zip.
You got no comment.
No.
Alright then, let's move on. Oh, y'all gonna get a kick out of this. Apparently, she enforced herself in plexiglass all around her in her back of her truck comfort. Dr. Britt Baker sent a message to Tony Schiavone and said Tony had better taken off friendship timeout.
Oh my god.
Get your 2 cents in, Mikey. Get him.
Who that? Dr. Britt Baker is out of her freaking mind. But who came out to surprise her? Take a wild guess.
Big Swole?
Try to get inside, but like you said, what was it again? Big glass or whatever?
Plexiglass.
Plexiglass?
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, and then Big Swole picked up a trash and dumped it all over Dr. Baker.
Yeah, she's saying that glass is soundproof. I'm like, no, it ain't. You ain't got no roof. You ain't got no roof. And she knew that, and she came up on top and threw all that garbage on her. It smelled. They said it smelled. All right. Oh, she gonna sit there and stew in that trash. Woohoo! Again, like the dumpster. But now her sanctum is the dumpster. Oh. Your thoughts on that, Andre?
Yo.
Your thoughts on that?
Pretty funny. Sergio next.
Hold up, let me flip the camera. There you go. And what do you think about that? Chris, what do you think about that?
That was so funny. Dr. Big Beggar got trashed by Big Swole. That was you need to be in the trash.
Ooh, yeah. Next up, we have AEW's world champion. A women's world champion, my bad. Hikaru Shida versus Red Velvet. On the outskirts, she would have her opponent, what was it?
4.
Oh yeah, 4. Yeah. She would try and pick a fight with her over and over and over. But throughout the match, Hikaru was still holding her own and got the victory with the Falcon Arrow. And then, of course, Sita immediately ran back to outside the ring to give Ford her receipt for striking her before the match. Oh, a skydive. Ah! And even her boyfriend, super bad boy, got his ass whooped. And like, pow. Get Saban. He got knocked out. Well, not knocked out because he still got up and he was trying to hold her back. He's like, save it for Fyter Fest. Save it for Fyter Fest. Your thoughts on that, Chris?
It was a fight. A big fight when that match was over. And Kip Sabian got what he deserved. Instead, niggas know it doesn't belong.
Your thoughts, Andre?
Pretty entertaining.
You, Mikey?
Kip Saban had it coming.
Let's move on. So let's see here. Highlights from Fyter Fest press conference area with the TNT champ, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And,
Anderson.
huh?
With Arn Anderson, the enforcer.
Oh. Yep. Actually, is the whole Rhodes family. Or elite family, I guess you would call them. You had Dustin Rhodes, you had R. Anderson, you had Brandy Rhodes, you had somebody holding the TNT title, and you had somebody else there. In which case, Jake Hager is late to the party. So they get their questions in. R. Anderson answered a question. Cody answered a question. And then here comes Jake late to the party. He's wanting a Photoshop right off the bat. He's like, cameras up. And he goes and does this. He stretches his arm out. He stretches his arm out into Cody Rhodes' face and makes a joke out of it. And after that, he's looking at his crew and saying that it's okay. Just save it for Fyter Fest. He's just acting like a child. And there's his Jake Hager's wife holding a glass behind him, waiting for him to turn around. When he does, he gets a face full of whatever was in there. Water or wine or something like that. Ooh, Brandy is about to jump him and you already know, Dustin Rhodes acting like our boy Mikey and saying, get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! What are you doing? Get out of here! That's what our boy Mikey sounds like. As soon as something like that says, he's like, what are you doing? Get out of here! Ain't that right, Mikey? What's your thought on that?
I'd love to see Cody Rhodes open up a can of whoop ass on Jay Hager at what's the name again? What's the name of the pay-per-view, man?
Fyter Fest, but it's not going to be on a pay-per-view.
Oh, it's going TNT.
Oh yeah, tonight.
Say it one more time. Fyter Fest.
Fyter Fest.
Oh, Fyter Fest.
Mm-hmm. Not spelled the same way though. I'll tell you that much. It's not spelled the same way.
hope, like I said, I hope Cody Rhodes whoops Hager's ass.
Your thoughts on that, Chris?
I hope Cody beats Jake Hager and still be TNT champion. And I hope Randy will take revenge of Jake Hager's wife putting water over Cody's face.
Dunk a bucket on her. Bring back the Ice Bucket Challenge. Just do it for fun. Screaming. Your thoughts on that, Andre?
I hope Rhodes beat Hager. That would be good right there.
All right. Next we have, let's see. Following this was the excellent one, Mr. Brody Lee, accompanied by Sliver and Red Nose of the Dark Order. And Boom Boom Colt Cabana versus the bad boy Joey Janela and the Concrete Rose Sonny Kiss. I said Johnny. Yeah. Okay, Johnny's on the brain. We would see a promo, of course, between Johnny and Sonny visiting a gas station while soul searching. And of course, Sonny, with a nice car, is having to be looked at as a vulnerable character. And he says, I don't want no trouble, man. I don't want no trouble. Well, you got trouble. And he starts fighting and whooping ass. Cause all they see is a skinny ass queer boy. Woo! They mess with the wrong queer. This booty shaking boy is kicking people's ass and taking names. But 3-on-1, here comes freaking Joey Janela with a freaking bag of snacks of Lunchables, and he's whooping people's faces with them. Boom, boom. Ultimately, these two like how their chemistry works and are going to be tag team partners in this match. Sadly to say, thanks to the rough shot of Brody Lee owning both these guys, even though these two showed some potential in their tag team with high flying moves, and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, that was good. That was good when they both leaped moonsaw outside the arenas into their opponents. That was cool, dudes. That was cool. But Brody Lee proving his dominance and his size and his strength against both of them, and even lays one of them out for Colt Cabana to pin him. And he takes it. And he gets the win after such a mean streak of losses. And he's in the back later on, and he's asked him, how did that feel? And it felt good, man. It felt good to have a win like that after such a while. And he told him straight, if you join the Dark Order, you'll be seeing more of those wins. Think about it. And even his flunkies are telling him, think about it. And Colt Cabana is like, well, we're going to see that again. We're going to see a 6-man tag team match with Colt Cabana teaming up with the Exalted One and another member of the Dark Order, that bald, crazy looking dude, against, I'm trying to remember who they're going to fight. Do you know, Chris?
I think,
Yeah, I think it's SCU.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
SCU.
Yeah, because they have issues, especially Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
So with that said, this is going to be interesting. Your thoughts on that, Chris?
The Dark Order versus SCU. That'll be a great match.
And what do you think about the match itself?
I just cannot believe Colt Cabana joined the Dark Order.
Your thoughts, Andre?
It'll be a good match. I hope the Dark Order get their butts kicked.
Yeah, but Colt Cabana and Exalted One beat their opponents tonight. How do you feel about that?
Not too good. hoping who they be gonna get their payback, you know.
I'm true on that. Your thoughts, Mikey?
No comment.
No comment. Gotcha.
Don't you get about Lance Archer came out before the match was over?
Oh, Lance Archer, huh? Yeah, he wrecked those two. You right. He's spreading out pain. He saw an opportunity. He took it against those two. So those two are definitely still going to work with her now that they definitely got somebody to look at besides the Dark Order, because they just got wrecked. And even Jake the Snake Roberts is looking at him like, I don't know what these two are doing. Damn. Okay, so next up we have FTR, Dake Harwood, and Cash Wheeler versus SCU, Fallen Angels, Christopher Daniels versus Frankie Kazarian in a tag team match. Ultimately, though, despite all that was happening, FTR get the win, and they grab the mic, and they call out the Young Bucks. And all of a sudden, they hear somebody, they hear their car, they hear their truck, the truck that they usually come in. We see Butcher and the Blade talking smack, particularly Blade is talking smack. Butcher's the one behind the wheel, revving the engine of their property. And they're saying that they got themselves a tag team partners match for an 8-man tag team match, where FTR will be teaming up with the Young Bucks against them, Butcher and the Blade, and their tag team partners of choice, in which are already in the ring behind them. They look at them and they know what they're in for. It's the tag team with no fear, the Lucha Brothers, Pentagon Jr., and Rey Fenix. Zero miedo. And it's a straight up fight between them, and FTR is just laid out. Damn. This is looking good. This is looking good, man. Your thoughts on that, Chris?
ATR trying to get the momentum rolling, but they got beat down by the Lucha Bros.
Oh, yeah. Your thoughts, Andre?
Oh, it was alright so far, I guess. I don't know.
And you, Mikey? Mikey?
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts?
About what?
About the fatal... not fatal 4-way. 8-man tag between Lucha Brothers, the Butcher and Blade, against Young Bucks and FTR.
Mm-hmm. Congrats to the Young Bucks. Excuse me. Congrats to
FTR.
And
For winning the match.
yeah, something like that. That's all I gotta say.
But then you saw the Lucha Brothers, about to say Lucha House Party. Lucha Brothers jump FTR. How do you feel about that?
Crazy.
And how about the fact that Butcher was driving and revving the car of the truck of FTR? How you feel about that?
Crazy.
Oh yeah. We get an upcoming Fyter Fest match between the Best Friends and Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, set up for that 2-night premiere. That 2-night show. Okay, so this was the fall of the Machine, Brian Cage, versus Joan Kez. It's just a new boy, in which Brian Cage just wrecks the boy. And Taz comes into ring, tells Jon Moxley that what he did was stupid, and that come Fyter Fest, Brian Cage is going to be the new AEW World Champion. And he says catch lines, survive if you can, or whatever.
It survived if he left you. Become if you can survive if he left you.
There you go. And there's another thing is, can you stop the path of Cage? That's a one. There we go. Sorry about that. Got cut off, but back to the subject, is how do you feel about Brian Cage's win and Taz's ominous, barbaric statement? Chris?
Cage trying to prove he's dominant. He is undefeated at AEW.
True on that. You, Mikey?
I have no comment.
You, Andre?
It was an okay win, I guess. Taz did close his mouth, but alright, I guess.
Next match is, let me flip this. All right. Here we go. Next match is Broken Matt Hardy, aka Damascus, accompanied by the new Vanguard 1 Neo 1 drone versus Santana, accompanied by Ortiz. This match would ensue, in which case you know Ortiz was trying to cheat behind the referee's back, in which case Matt Hardy was taking on that pretty damn easily. And Matt Hardy rolled up Santana for a surprise pin and got the win, and Ortiz ran in there and said, let's finish him. Let's do what we came here for. Let's take him out. And that was like, oh shoot. They just straight up fighting him, man. They straight up beating the hell out of Matt Hardy until both members of Private Party came to his aid. And they go running. So Santana Ortiz didn't get their way any part of it and retreated from the ring. Your thoughts on that, Chris?
Victory for Matt Hardy. I'm glad the Private Party has saved a legend like Matt Hardy. That they got respect for a legend and a veteran.
Your thoughts, Mikey? Mikey?
No comment.
Andre?
All good, I guess.
All right. Now we got that was the main event, but here we got a promo between these two at the end of the show. We would have Chris Jericho call out Orange Cassidy and mocking him, saying the fact that what he did to him was taking the blood oranges and actually beating him with it. And the fact that he was telling him that he didn't want Orange Cassidy in the show. He thought it was a joke. So he asked everybody, the Young Bucks, Brandy, Cody Rhodes, the actual people in charge. He said, why did you hire a joke like Orange Cassidy? He was telling that to his face. And he said that they all had the same thing. People liked him. And he looked at him and said, he can't understand why people like a joke like him. So that come Fyter Fest, he's going to put an end to him and put an end to his misery and out of Chris Jericho's as well. And that if he takes those slow chop kicks to his ankles again, he's going to knock the hell out of him. So he takes the mic right out of his hands, does exactly that. The slow kick, and you can hear the crowd going, oh. Even though he's light tapping his ankles. He beats the living hell out of him, takes him out to the stage. In which case, hold up. he was saying this. Why did the chicken cross the road? That's how idiotic he felt that Orange Cassidy was every time he saw him. So, with that happening, if you try any bullshit, walked up to him. Okay, so I do apologize. We did this thinking that we were done recording. Apparently my phone does this. When it hits the end of the storage, it then goes to the SIM card. I did not set it back to camera. So when I ran out of storage space again, it was in the SIM card. I don't know why it does that. I seriously don't. Anyway, so it was mostly just talk, in which case the end result was Orange Cassidy got the drop on Jericho when he grabbed his glasses and broke them right in front of him. Right after he did the kicks. He did the kicks. And, he took him up to the Raptors and did a Superman punch into the table. Meaning he punched him and he went back and he landed straight onto the table. And he went through it. And Orange Cassidy stood up tall as the show cut to air. I got my friend's reaction out of it, and as you can see, it was for nothing. Because we weren't no longer recording, and I didn't realize it. Oh well. I gotta pay attention to this button from now on. This button that's right here. You don't see it, but I do. It's the record button. When I see white with a red square in it, I'm recording. When I see all red, that means it's not recording. So I gotta pay attention to that. That's on me. With that said, I do apologize for you guys and to my brothers. In which case, again, a shout out to my fellow. We did this already, but oh well. A shout out to my fellow Heaven's Monster podcast brethren, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube channels will be in the descriptions down below, as always. And a remaining shout out to Chris Petrie, T Money, Renee, Farrell, and Delvin. I even made a pun because of the fact I was about to say Andre twice at the time, and me and him were just chatting it up saying, his name is so nice, I almost said it twice. Like, Andre. You're like, yeah. We said a thumbs up. If you like if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button, like the content, and hit that notification bell for next edition of the Heaven Monsters podcast, reviewing double episodes of Impact Wrestling this coming Tuesday. This sucks that I have to record this again, but oh well. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Me and my fellow brethren. This time with T-Money. Till then, bye.